What about, do you guys have an area designated for some more heavy manufacturing type of zoning?
So we have some areas to the east of the railroad tracks that we're looking at, proper zoning for it.
Gotcha.
So there'll be an opportunity there, as well as perhaps a little bit south on the south end of town. And then as we look out to the west, a lot of that has been, kind of purchased or claimed by developers, but they haven't totally planned out their commercial aspect of it. Because again, we've mandated frontage for commercial.
Gotcha.
There are some opportunities for some heavy industrial here.
Gotcha.
And we're still looking at annexation all the time. We were discussing 500 acres this morning to here, another 800 there.
Yeah,
So,
that's good to know. So there are a lot of companies in South Korea currently. They believe moving to America for their manufacturing plants and everything is something that they want to do. Just because the new tariffs and everything that's happening around the world, it's more beneficial to start manufacturing in America to provide jobs here and to be able to distribute as USA made, right?
Absolutely,
So.
absolutely. A company I work for is trying to do the same thing. They're looking for a place in the States, very specifically do assembly, here to take advantage of that and bring jobs back to the States.
That's right, that's right.
We need jobs here. Our citizens need jobs. The cost of living is not going down.
No.
And so, those types of jobs are highly sought after.
Good.
And we have I think we have a very capable population.
Yes. I mean, the entire DFW area, we have so many universities here. People that grew up here are very well educated. They, have a degree or so, especially in Justin with people working in Alliance Center, really close to North Fort Worth there. I mean, everybody is very, very well equipped here.
Well, Texas State Technical College just moved to Denton.
Oh, good. Yeah.
And they have an outlet over here off of, it's got a Justin address, but it's off of 114 by the mall down here. And so there's that. My son, who's 18, took welding in school. Northwest ISD. We should talk about that.
Oh,
you
yeah.
ask about that.
No.
Northwest ISD is one of the largest ISDs in the state. And they have multiple campuses, actually just west of town in Justin. They're going to build a new high school, a new middle school. They already got the land. They built a new elementary school this year, opened first time. A second elementary school is coming.
Wow.
But what do they offer? Welding shop class, agriculture, culinary arts, theater. You can graduate with an associate's degree in college. That's where my daughter goes, in Steele. From the same school, you can graduate with a cosmetology license to go do hair immediately. We have a high school that does
AI?
No, AP.
AP, yeah. Advanced placements, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So all the airplane stuff, CFIs, all this is the same school.
Right.
And you get to pick when you get to high school what you want to do and go to that academy. You get to choose what high school you go to, basically.
That is great.
Yeah.
Northwest ISD.
Yeah, and so it's good about that. So it's awesome for our kids. It's a good opportunity for our kids. Education is important. But it's really good about that is they graduate and they come out of school, they're still here.
Right.
So what are they going to do? They can do agriculture. They can work on vehicles. They can do salon stuff. Maybe they open a restaurant or come work in your restaurant.
That's right.
So it's really good. It helps. I think it helps the area immensely. Everyone is always frustrated with school taxes, but I think the schools do a poor job at advertising and marketing themselves.
What it does, right?
So we don't know what they do. I'm excited to see some of that again. Boom to two.
Wow. The fact that you guys are getting a high school, middle school, another elementary school, I could really feel the growth. That's amazing.
The really cool thing is that Northwest ISD watches the schools, and so they know that right now the kids that are in 5th grade, that class is going to need a new school by the time they get to high school. So they're building it. They start building it a year or 2 years in advance. So when they get there, it's just seamless and it flows.
Goes,
so the classroom stays small.
Gotcha. Man, I like that. The fact that you guys have that many schools getting built and you guys are forecasting the increase in population and who's all going to go to these schools.
Right.
That's really, I mean, the Korean people are they look for good ISDs. They look for good schools to raise their family in. And the fact that the teacher and student ratio is what, the Northwest ISD is looking for and the city is helping to do so is something that I think will attract a lot of Korean families here.
Well, I think I think Steele High School, which is in Roanoke, is part of the school district. My daughter goes there. The classes are small. Her graduating class will be 100 people.
Oh, is that right?
If they make it through all through school, they start at 100, and so the classes are small. They know everybody, Back when I was at school, I graduated 60 people.
Yeah.
I knew everybody.
Right.
Now the kids are graduating 1,200 people. They don't even know the people in their own class.
Oh yeah, there's some cities here. Like I don't want to pick one out, but Allen, for example, that
Yeah.
I think they have, what's their graduating class, like 3,000 people?
It's
or something?
ridiculous. It's a huge number. And there's some benefits to that, I'm sure. And don't get me wrong, Northwest has some large classes, a large 1,200 kids, in a grade.
Right.
But some of these smaller academies, that's part of it, they're not so big.
Right.
And they focus on education and college credits and stuff. So if you can imagine graduating high school with $80,000 of free credit.
Oh, dude, that is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Money in the pockets for the parents.
Absolutely. Hopefully.
Right. Okay, we're going through most of these questions, and we're almost towards the end. So what potential risks come from Justin's rapid growth? For example, infrastructure, annexation, and so forth. And how is the city addressing them?
So, with growth, comes infrastructure issues.
Right.
Now, we were thinking in advance in putting in above ground water storage, and groundwater storage. And when we did that, we knew engineering wise, and the numbers said we need 350,000 gallons up, 350,000 gallons on the ground. So we did $1 million up, $1 million down.
Oh, wow.
Because it made sense. It cost us a little bit up front, but we had a developer help us finance that.
Sure.
And they participated, so that helped. We are working very closely with our county commissioner, Diane Edmondson, to help fund and get ahead of all the engineering for the 407 coming through here.
Gotcha.
And so the homes that were going down, all the land they bought, that's all been cleared for the most part. But the final engineering's got to be done. So instead of waiting for TxDOT to get to it, we're going to do it.
Wow.
And so we're preparing for that. And that'll be ultimately, I believe, 6 lanes divided. We're going to build 4 lanes, the outside 4 lanes,
Sure.
and build the other one in the future. But that goes all the way to 287.
Oh yeah. That's a big highway that connects Amarillo all the way down to way down. Yeah,
it goes all the way to
Houston.
southeast Texas. It's even bigger than that, and most people don't know this. Right now, they're doing a study to turn that into an interstate highway.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and they're
wow.
well on their way. That becomes the interstate highway. 407 dumps onto it. If you can imagine, it's just 4 miles west of Justin. So not only have we looked at infrastructure, we've done enough planning to really look at what can we do to make money off of some of
Other
these things
cities,
that help facilitate us continue to do the same thing.
That is great. As a mayor, you've done some really, really amazing work. I mean, that's so admirable.
I've got a really good team. I'm very blessed with the fact that we hired a city manager, but at the same time I became mayor, and he had almost 20 years of experience.
Wow!
And so he'd seen a lot of these things. We made a very good decision with him. But I'm one of a team. We're a family here in Justin, and while I do my best to steer the ship, it's still a ship.
Gotcha.
But we're doing well. We're incredibly blessed in this town, and I'm just thankful to be here.
Gotcha. We've had a lot of questions, learned about Justin. To wrap this up, what are your 3 the most amazing things that you can see about Justin?
I tell you, we are a hometown. The citizens fight and recognize that we're a hometown. They want to preserve that. Even the new people coming into town, they immediately become Justin people. Whenever you're outside the state of Texas, people ask where you're from. You say Texas. When you're outside this country, you say Texas.
That's right.
You're proud. Well, people from Justin say Justin, Texas. So I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the fact that we've been able to embrace the growth and plan strategically ahead for it. And I'm proud of the elected officials that we have, that they understand what the goal is.
Sure.
And they help legislate in a position that moves us forward in that goal without putting up roadblocks.
Gotcha. Teamwork. Man,
Teamwork,
that's amazing.
absolutely. We're family.
See, family-oriented, hometown Justin.
Absolutely.
We had an honor to have Mayor James Clark here with us today. He has, really shown his passion for Justin. I feel like I'm part of Justin now.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of opportunities here, y'all. Seriously, there's commercial that needs to feed the residential that's blooming here. We've heard about the industrial that needs to happen on the east side of town. There's a lot of things going on here. So, stay tuned. We have some projects hopefully coming soon to Justin that Texas Legacy will be also promoting as well. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. And again, thank you so much for joining us.
Growing the legacy together.
Yes, sir. That's right.
All right.
Justin Legacy.
Justin Legacy.
Thank y'all.